Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you step by step how to sketch this tram using ink and watercolor. So we have a 7x5" watercolor piece of paper here. Come down halfway down the page and put a dot, and then halfway again here. So we have a quarter of the total height there. And then on the other side we come across, put another dot there, and then another one there. So now that quarter of the way up between those two dots there, we'll put a dot, and also in between these two dots. Now that closest edge is the edge that I'm most interested in to start with, because that's the total height. So if I come across just a little bit from that dot and put a dot here, and I can see the height is past halfway, so it's a bit past this one. To find the width, the left hand face of that tram, on the reference with my fingers I just measure the width and compare it to the height. Roughly about half of the height. So if I look at that height and I put a dot there, and I can measure that height. I could do it with my pen like this, from the tip to my finger, and rotate, and that means the tram will come out to there, the width on the side. And then we come straight up and put a dot there, and it's a similar angle going back down. Now we come across to the back edge, so we're getting that width there, we're going across, put your finger there, and across, finger there. So it's a bit longer than that point where that's two widths across, a little bit more. But then because we've got that depth, that's the back edge, which is a lot further away, it has to be shorter than this one. So we have to give it depth by perspective, so angling that back up. So it has to have an angle up there, and then also an angle down. So see the green line at the top, it's quite a lot further down, angling down. So if I was coming straight across, it would be there, but we want it to go down to there. So now the next step is to outline this big shape. We'll just outline the whole tram, and then we'll break it down to smaller shapes. So it will go along the top here like this, and then down to the back edge, and then the two sides. So do the back here. It comes in a bit at the end. And the front, so this front bit, the windscreen slightly tilts forward. We'll put a little dot just a little bit to the left, so we have a bit of an angle. Top lip of the yellow section, and we kink in a bit, and then continue the angle, slight angle out, so angle back this way. And we have this bumper bar, and then down to the bottom of the tram there. Now let's do this bottom edge here. We want to find a point there where that cutout is. So if I look at that, it's about halfway between those two dots, so we put a dot there. So let's join that up. So we go up, so that little cutout there, just there too. And then we follow that bumper bar across, and then down, curving down like that. So now you've outlined the tram, we've got the big shape, and we have perspective. Now let's break them up into smaller shapes. Goes from that point there, right in the middle that we had before, and it goes right across to the middle of this edge. Nice and flat there. And then we curve right out to this point and down the side here. So it gets slightly narrower as it gets back towards the back here, so that will be a bit narrower than here. And so I'll just draw that around there. Across to that point. So all the way out there. Now this bottom black section, it's very shadowy in there, we can't see the details. It's coming to about halfway there between those 2 points, and then back, and I'm just trying to do it in one line. Might be a wheel here, something else there, and then it comes here to the end, the corner of that cutout. So above that, that's where the edge of that first window is. So that should follow the same angles. It's a vertical line. Do this window at the back, it's just right on the back edge there. Now we have 6 windows here, but we need them to start off a bit wider on this side and get narrower and narrower as they get to the end. Middle of the windows would come right in between these two. So let's put 2 lines there, scoot across the top of those cutouts, and then we have on this edge here, right in the middle, this almost like a vent, maybe the engine. There we go. Now the windows, we've got 3 windows, so we can put 2 dots, one here and one here. And this should be slightly narrower than this one. And the same here. This should be slightly narrower than this one. Do all the top bits here, link them up, following the same angle of this line, and on the bottom. Oh, that's great. So now we can do some of the lines that the tram is going along. If I follow the angle of the bottom of the tram, so across to this point, and I'm not too worried if it doesn't hit that dot. And there's another one here, and it goes to there. Lines here, the tracks that come out to there. So you've got one track that comes here, right over here, so make it nice and curved. So we've divided up lots of the big shapes. Now let's draw this contraption here, how it gets its power. Halfway of this windscreen, maybe a little bit to the right, is there. So that looks like the width. And then the height, so I'll compare on the reference. So that height there is from the top to the bumper bar there, and come across in here. That's roughly where it is. I'm just going around the general silhouette. It's not really perfect at all. So I might start slightly below that dot. Draw little skis. Next step is these two arms at the front. So between these two, go right to the middle and then a bit to the left. And then arm there like that. Up to that point and down to this point somewhere in that. So this would be longer at the back and then shorter here. Now some other details. We're sort of starting to go into the details a bit more here. And a little light here. Side mirror comes like an arm coming across the top. Okay, we'll do some wires on the top as well. I love those wires. So I'll turn my page slightly because it'll make it easier for me to sketch. So we've got one that goes across. I'm trying to make them slightly different angles. So as we get close to the tram, they should be close together because they're getting further away. Down, connecting these lines here. I need to add a little bit more detail on the tram. So let's put this sign at the top here. Square there for the 23. And then another lip here that's a bit darker. Now, there's lots of details here. Depending how big you drew it, is how much detail you can put in. So I'm going to create a slight angle. So we're just seeing a little triangle there. And then the console behind in the window. There's a person, so shoulders, and the head. Horizontal lines that go back, and then a vertical line in the middle. Material there that curves, shows the shape of the tram. And then a little thickness on the right hand side. So I'm using a round 8 to do the watercolor. Let's start with cadmium red. Okay, so let's start that on the front, and we're going around the lights. Let's add a different color. So this is a variegated wash. So we'll add in some alizarin crimson. So as I'm going across here, this will give a little bit more depth. That's viridian green into that red, so we can continue that across. But see, now we have that beautiful gradient across the tram. We've got the yellow ochre. So let's start here on the side. Now across here now, I don't want it to touch the red, so I'm leaving a gap. And bringing that color across. In this case, I'm just going to increase the saturation of the paint. Bottom corner. So grab a bit of purple lake and put in there, and it will just change that color. Now the dark grey sections at the bottom, let's use Payne's grey. Yeah, like that, so you have that contrast. There's the hair there, there's some darker areas in the back. Outline of the windows, there's grey there. Within that white, just a little bit of a light grey shadow, and we have this red platform here that connects to the wires. Burnt umber to my Payne's grey. Impressionistic stroke in each one, a little slightly different. Now what I'm going to do now is grab my round 12. Let's add some Payne's Grey, but this time a bit of Viridian Green. So I'm going to put a very nice just a stroke across there, parallel to that. Aiming these strokes back this way. One, and then leave a gap there. So we created one pedestrian. There won't be the right amount, but just the idea. So we use yellow ochre, watered down, line here where that corner of the building is, just to show there's a vertical. I'm just going to aim a few this way. Vertical lines as well. This archway, so I'm going to put a little bit in there. I'm grabbing cerulean blue and putting in something there too. So shadows will really bring this to life and give depth to the sketch. Going to put just a little bit of ultramarine in here. And we're going to start off as just one little dab. Bring that down. See how light that is? And then bring it across. Right across that face. A little bit more because we're getting darker as we did before with the other ones. There's also a shadow in here, obviously, where all the dark parts are. So we're going shadow in here. And right across, straight across there. And a little shadow at that end. A shadow running on the top of each window there. Brush to take that out. And I'm just going to put a bit in each one, each window. Let's add some cadmium red in there. So we have a little red, little splots there. And then on the yellow sections, we've got yellow ochre. So put a bit in there. So now I can put that also on the corner, a little stroke up there, little dots. And also I could put one down here. Let's add some Payne's Grey. Now we're going into the contrast here, so add a little bit more depth. See how that pushed that back. The main dark points are just in that top right hand corner, so of the windows. Ground here, so we had Viridian Green and Payne's Grey and some water. I might add some there. Lines are sort of streaking back this way. You could try your splatters like that, a little bit of texture. So I've got my Uniball Signo pen. You could use a Posca pen or even some gouache if you've got a thin brush. White pen and make a really nice, right in the middle, make a really nice reflection here. Then on each window we could also put a little line showing the light reflecting on the top edge there. So on each little one you can also see a bit of light reflecting off that. These really stand out nicely. You can have little reflections in the lights on the top of these boxes. Maybe a line going across there, reflected light. Don't forget that. There's also a number on the front here. So that's how I sketch a tram using ink and watercolor. I hope you enjoyed that process. But if you'd like the full tutorial, so this is a cut down version of the full tutorial. The full tutorial is over on my Patreon membership. And you also have the reference and the template that you can download, the high res one, so you can see that on your screen. Plus the membership gives you access to my fundamental lessons and my full library of full tutorials. So you get a lot there. Plus you get access to my community where you can post your sketch. Really nice, warm, friendly people there to encourage you. And you can ask me a question if you have one. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.